Great.
It wasn't even a trick candle.
Rep.
You're gonna burn the place down.
Emphysema.
Great.
On a train.
Because she's the one who tells you what's where your personality comes from. You're the best of yours.
Yada, 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 yada. Well, I'm thinking maybe like
Figure a number.
thinking
We could see
South
David.
America.
James, I want to go to Disney.
I'd love to go back.
We just saw Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Rick Steve. Steve. You didn't think it was Istanbul?
Yeah. My parents took us there. What did
And they're done in the Rollins house.
Oh, let me take a picture, you nut. And talk amongst yourselves.
So weird.
It's a trick candle. You just have no breath.
You're gonna burn the place down.
Emphysema.
Oh, great.
It wasn't even a trick candle.
And we only have a few more.
All right.
Okay.
Indira Gandhi was elected Premier of
Would you
India.
like some more plates? Some small plates?
Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks.
After.
After?
You say before.
I say after.
I say before. I don't want to be different.
I say after.
Things after.
After is good.
Been like probably like serving dessert to the entire restaurant at this point.
We've never met, but
No.
they were at the gallery.
Were they?
You were there.
Very outgoing.
Alan's very gregarious and can get really rowdy.
Well, do you want to say?
Definitely.
And then we bought a bunch of drinks.
Do you have to buy them all?
Do you want to say hello to them in case they happen to see this film? Julie, Alan, the boys.
We really miss you. And this will probably be the best dinner we ever gave. Don't worry, when we come up north, we will take you to that little neighborhood place for hot dogs.
Not that Japanese restaurant.
It's too fancy.
Would you
Julie and
like to
Alan
add
are having
something?
a high time in Costa Rica as we speak. Right?
If they were big sports, they would have flown into this elaborate party.
Well, maybe we're sorry you're not here. I think we're having a really good time. Even though
Are they there by
And we're
themselves?
talking about you.
Are they there by themselves?
no.
And with some friends, yeah, attended millions.
Come play our
A wonderful man that we both and I myself enjoy so much because you go from craziness to being the charming person you are. And so reserved, you know that's not what you are.
Well, thank you.
And if it wasn't for you, we would have ridden baggage back from Europe. And you got us in that business class. That counts for a lot.
thank
We
you for
watched
that.
you in action. Dear. We love you very much. This is from the two of us.
Nothing to say.
He's getting drunk first.
What's that?
Thank you.
Ditto.
Ditto works.
He's been saying things to me all day and all.
Yeah, I'm just extremely grateful that you had a trial basis on AOL. If you happened to be in that chat room when I met you.
Wow.
Because if you hadn't just tried out AOL, we would have never met.
You've got mail.
You're liars.
But yet we still belong to
Very interesting. No, I just want to say I love you. I'm happy to share my life with you. And now that we're both 50, the next 50 years is going to be much better than the first.
Ooh, that's
Sounds good.
Well, I want to say that we've been enjoying me and
But
no buts. Love you very much. And butts. And very proud of you. To always be proud of you. And it's been wonderful.
Yeah. Let's all grow old together.
Maybe.
My turn?
It's your turn.
Well, there were,
is it written down?
when I went to the hospital, I thought I was going to have a baby.
Which hospital?
I went to Cedars of Lebanon, the old Cedars of Lebanon. And he made a lot of noise out there, but he decided to wait a week. So I had to go home.
That's good to be.
First we thought we would like to name him Jordan, because we thought that was a really nice name. Different. And Jordy would be a nice name.
Yeah.
But during that week, Israel and Jordan got into a fight, and we decided we couldn't name a baby Jordan because that was sort of an enemy at the time. And so a week later, in the middle of the week, my parents decided to go to England. They had to go to some family function there, a party, a wedding or something. And they decided that even though I had 10-month babies, they decided that I had miscalculated. And so that they were going to go anyway and that they'd be back in time. And of course, the day they left, I went into real labor and they had him.
Just assertive, right?
And then I was very, very angry with my parents because I thought they should have stuck around for their own grandchild, not somebody else's grandchild's bar mitzvah or whatever. When they put him next to me, I started to laugh because he was born with red hair. And my grandfather, who was a great Jewish scholar, never liked people with red hair because Esau in the Bible was supposed to have red hair and he was not a nice man. And so he didn't like redheaded. He thought they were bad-tempered. So when they put him next to me, I started to laugh. Because I could think of my grandfather, what he would say about this redheaded baby. So, but he was a very beautiful baby and everybody raved about him.
What happened?
Yes, I don't really know what happened, but actually,
So he came late.
yeah, but he came actually. That's right. I never thought of that, but that's right.
We seem to be very punctual in our children.
Very right.
So there were lots of things I remember about him growing up, and one of them was that I used to pack lunches for our children every day to school. And one day I went into his closet. His room was always a horrible pigsty. I went into his closet, and in the closet I found a whole week's worth of lunches.
Houston, we have a problem.
I made it. You eat it.
So I was pretty angry about
I
that.
bet you.
But most of the time he was a pretty good kid.
I thought it was a month's worth of
I
lunch.
do remember.
So I seem to remember
I
too.
think I think it had to be a month because that really had piled up in my closet.
And what was the reason for that?
I didn't like the lunches.
They were creative.
No,
I'm jealous of the kids who could buy lunch at school.
well, I
Oh,
mean,
'cause that was
they either bought lunches or like their maids, made lunches and like, the sandwiches were like really like perfectly like,
No crust.
mom would use like, leftovers. Like, it was always like really like,
They were really creative.
It was, yeah, but like
roast beef,
like
healthy, healthy food.
Healthy.
yeah, but
I
I
wanted to
mean,
be like all the other kids.
I mean, you remember it was always kind of like experimental.
They were creative, and they were usually like.
Did you like the lunches?
But you can say it. You can say it now. You know.
Well, most of the time.
You know, you can actually just say it. She's a big girl. She can handle it. She meant well.
Honestly, I really enjoyed having them, and they were always a source of. I'd meet people and we talk about stuff, and I really was always anxious to see what I
We're
had.
always able to talk about our life.
And there were people that would appreciate it. They'd say, "Oh, that's really gourmet." But
Our neighbor who was from England. Son was going to the same school where our children went to. And one day he came home and he said, "Mommy, would you please make lunch for me?" And she was so thrilled that he asked her. She really made a very nice lunch. Really worked on it, you know. So he came home from school and he said, "Well, how was your lunch?" She said, "It was good, but Clement's was better." So who made Clement's lunch? His daddy. Who's his daddy? Wolfgang Puck. So anyway, I was not Wolfgang Puck. Paul's house that he would shudder when Jimmy came because he was always on wheels and moving so fast. He was afraid that everything in his house was going to be destroyed.
Lights. That sounds familiar.
That's probably why I do that now.
Grew up, and I must say that I am very proud, and I wouldn't change him for anybody else's son in the world. And we're very lucky to have him for us.
Sweet, thank you very much.
same thing.
Changes, doesn't it? So you're coming up in 2 years.
A year and a half.
A year and
Who's
a half.
counting?
Year and a half.
We are.
Yeah. We're very clear on that.
And most of the time he was a pretty good kid.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. New York. You live there. After.
Oh, after.
Yeah, long after.
People in the house.
Gotta burn the place down.
Emphysema.
Oh, great.
Burn the place down.
Emphysema.
Oh, great.